load board in the game, giving you the tools to find higher paying loads and streamline your operation. And right now, you can try the Pro plan free for 30 days, a $159 value. Click the link in the description to claim your free Pro plan and start making smarter moves for your trucking business today.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sweet.
What's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good morning. How's everybody doing? Come on in, make sure you guys hit that like button. So far, we got about 50 people in here. Hit that like button. Let me know where you guys checking in from. Make sure you guys participate in that poll, just so we can have a census of the age demographic that we got going on in here for today's lecture. All right, so far we got 14% 18 through 24. We got 22% 25 through 35, 43% 36 through 45, 46 are over 22%. All right, so we only got 37 votes so far. So make sure you guys vote in that poll. If you are on your smartphone or your iPad or your computer, make sure you vote. Obviously, if you're watching from your TV, your smart TV, then you can't participate. But if you take a minute to grab your phone, which I'm sure is right nearby in your hand, do me a favor, participate in that poll so we have a consensus of what's going on in here. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Make sure you guys come on in and hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. Let's get this roll call going so we can get this show on the road. Shout out to Don Solo. Don Solo said you represent the crib, so shout out to everybody representing the crib. You on a day 3 of a 40-day water fast. Good luck. I did a 3-day water fast this summer. I documented it on the channel for 3 days, and it was tough. By day 2, I started getting the pins and needles from my body, burning the fat, right? So since I didn't have any fuel coming into my body was burning the fat that I had stored for fuel. And that's what gave me that pins and needles feeling. Second day was horrible. Third day was, I was weak. Got through it. Never will do that again. I'll never do that shit again. But it was an exercise that I wanted to do to, just discipline. You know what I'm saying? Always challenging your brain. Even when you want to break it or you want to do something else, your mind is what keeps you going. All right. That's why I tell people, you can do whatever you want. It's all mental. I hate going to the gym, but I do it every day because I'm not going to let what I feel or don't feel beat my mind. My mind controls everything that I do. So 40 days is a long time. I did it for 3 days and it was tough. So, I salute to you, man. Best of luck. And I also saw the comment you posted Saturday during that live stream. You said that you ran into me before. Danielle used to do your locks. So, okay. So that means you know me in real life or you've met me in real life. So, yeah, I don't know when we met, but you definitely have met me if you know Danielle. Was my loctician for 11 years. So we ran into someone, I think you said 75th when she was on 75th across from the President's Lounge. So, yeah, you definitely know me, unless you're the feds and you've been following me for years. But shout out to you. That's what I'm saying. Listen, Big Mark can't cap out here in these streets. I live in a big city. I got a following, nice size following that's growing. So, I run into people all the time. I run into people in real life, in the streets, in the hood. And if you know where the President's Lounge is at, I'm really, I keep telling y'all better leave me alone. I'm one of them guys for real. And if you don't know what one of them guys is, you better ask somebody. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Carlito 444. I know he representing the crib too. Shout out to you. Shout out to Great Polo. Shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to all the MGM gang members. Shout out to UK Hemi, Goat Logistics, what's going on? Shout out to Jonathan, representing the Boogie Down Bronx. Alfonso, what up? Shout out to Chris, what's going on? Kirk, Everblast in the building, what's up? Shout out to all the MGM members. Shout out to Danny Wayne. Oh, Danny Wayne in the building? Listen. Shout out to Danny Wayne. Shout out to my where Danny Wayne from? South Carolina. Shout out to Danny Wayne. Danny Wayne, you got what you wanted, and y'all didn't even have to go in quiet. Y'all didn't have to do nothing that would throw your ass. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't got to get waterboarded. None of that shit. You came out clean. So congratulations to you. Shout out to Dave. What's going on? Hero Charm in the building. What's going on? D Jenkins. What's up? What up? Lorenzo, what's going on? Happy to deliver. Happy Monday. Danny Wayne says, very happy to you, always available. I hope you will not need your base. My base? What are you talking about? Danny Wayne, what is you talking about, Danny Wayne? Danny Wayne, what are you talking about this morning, Danny Wayne? What are you talking about my base? What you talking about my base? Shout out to Alfonso. Who else we got? Magris, how you doing? Carlito representing that far west side. What's going on? Shout out to all my people out west and over east. Shout out to Heavy Goodman representing Detroit. Transportation Boys representing California. I mean, not California. Champaign, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. About an hour and a half, 2 hours outside of Chicago. What else we got? Jason, what's going on? Representing the crib. Chi-Town in the building. AJ 335, what's up? Calvin, representing Odessa, Texas. Don Solo says 75th and Langley. Yeah, Danielle moved to Minnesota and left your boy hanging. I had to go find a new loctician. She didn't tell nobody. She just was crazy. I had an appointment. I'll never forget it. My appointment was Thanksgiving Eve of 2022. Because I've been going to the new person since she left. She just left me hanging. I cussed Danielle out because I've been going to 11 years. She'll tell you I cussed her ass out. I had to cuss. Me and Danielle used to cuss each other out. I love Danielle. You see what I'm saying? Because she held me down for 11 years. But, you know, Danielle had a communication issue. And she know I told her, so I ain't talking about it behind her back. Me and Danielle done cussed each other out quite a few times. And she'll tell you. Me and Danielle got a love relationship. But we'll cuss each other out. And she'll tell you, Mark done cussed me out. She'll cuss me out too. So shout out to Danielle. Hope everything going good out there in Minnesota for her. Shout out to UK Hemi. OG even said you be in the hood. Everybody know I be in the hood. I'm from the hood. I'm not like your favorite content creators. And when I'm saying your favorite content creators, I'm not thinking about nobody in general. You know, so, and I'm not speaking on like people that be in Chicago, so I don't want you to think I'm targeting somebody. But a lot of these cats ain't really like what they want. You know, these cats ain't like that. You dig what I'm saying? They want to be like that one content creator was going around here bullying people for years until Big Mark showed up, and then that one, he done disappeared. We ain't seen him in a minute. Big dog, where you been at? Talking about putting people on flights and shit. Man, he ain't about that life for real. Boy, you know we out here stepping on shit for real, boy. These cats, I'm telling you. I digress. Shout out to Chicago's very own. Man, it's a lot of Chicago cats in the building. You did what I'm saying. Shout out to Carlito. Who else we got? Happy to deliver. Gustavo representing Mississippi. Elite Decisions. What's going on? G representing Missoula. What's going on? J representing the crib. Shout out to everybody from the crib. Chicago is definitely in the building. Danny Wayne said, I have been shared to Freedom Outlaws. Danny Wayne, why y'all want me to be y'all leader so bad? Why y'all want me to be a part of the Freedom Convoy? Man, y'all really been trying to recruit me, man. What y'all see in Big Mark, man? What y'all see, Danny Wayne? Danny Wayne, I'm gonna invite you on the show. Let me get my lecture. Let me get through my lecture, Danny Wayne. Stick around. I'm gonna drop the link and I want you to come up because I think you would be a good conversation. We're gonna clip it out because it really don't coincide with what we're finna talk about today. But since you here, I want to have a conversation with you at the end of this live stream. So stick around. Stick around, Danny Wayne. Now, I may say a few things that you may not understand, but still hold on, stick around. I want to have a conversation because I want to know what y'all see in Big Mark. Because, see, we from different sides of the playing field, Danny Wayne, and I want to see why y'all really want to recruit Big Mark. But we're going to get to it, though. We going to get to it. Shout out to Pippi in the building. I got a lot of roll calls that I got to do today. Shout out to Lorenzo. What's going on, Mark? Fort Worth, Texas in the building. Shout out to Fort Worth, Texas. That got me, the Southern gentleman. Okay. Alfonso said the Midwest ain't no joke. Mr. Kim represent Raleigh. Elite Decision, which we know is Kenneth. You know, we made Kenneth change his name. He representing that 305 in my yayo. You dig what I'm saying? All right, so check it out, man. I got a few things I want to talk about today. Big Mark been resting for 2 days, and if you know, you know. Saturday, I put in a shift. Saturday. Man, I've been resting for 2 days. Listen, I left the house one time. I had to go to my mama house yesterday. Went to my mama house. Every Sunday, regardless, hella hot water or how many times I stop by throughout the week, every Sunday, I make sure I go by mama house. Even if I don't have nowhere else to go, I'm going to leave the house and go check on mama. So went to mama house yesterday, came right back home, tired. Saturday, listen, if you watch that stream Saturday, then you know why I am still fatigued today. Mentally fatigued, physically fatigued. I don't know how talking can physically fatigue you, but it did. Saturday's conversation, when I say it was probably the most challenging call-in show that I've ever done, it was the most. But the private DMs and people sending me voice messages and the Discord, like that, you know, a lot of people that were just spectating that live stream really appreciated what I did and what I do. It opens a lot of people's eyes up to, you know, the effort that I put in to the community, because I could have gave up hours ago. I could have gave up on both of those. The first one was a case within itself, and we're going to get to it because that's what today's talk is about. I could have did yesterday, but I was too tired. Mentally, I was drained yesterday. And then the second long person pause, the second young kid that I talked to, I talked to more than 2 people, but you guys know the 2 people that I talked to that we're talking about. That was a whole nother conversation with so anyway, so I had spent time talking to this kid because he just needed somebody to talk to. And I realized that. But we're going to get to that. But first thing I want to talk about Roadie. All right. Let me talk about this because I keep getting hit up about these Roadie videos. One, I'm not doing Roadie to pay my bills. I'm not building a business with Roadie. If you haven't been following my content, Mark is straight. All right. The reason why I'm going out doing Roadie is because y'all said, hey, Mark, we want to see some in the field content. We started seeing you sit in the studio. Then one of your favorite, well, I really wouldn't consider this guy one of your favorite, but another content creator said, man, he's not out here in these streets. So I had to get out here in these streets. But I really got in the street. See, I'm in the street for real. I got in the street, in the field, and showed you. Now, people like, man, Mark, why don't you show the rates? Because I'm not doing it to show the rates. I'm not doing it to show you how you can make money or maximize or supplement, right? Because the shit that I'm doing is not for those purposes. A lot of the shit that I did the third day, I absolutely 100% took a loss. I know I was taking a loss. Walmart ran out of TVs the first 2 days at all the city Walmarts. So the city Walmarts that I went to Evergreen, I went to Doty Road. My trucks are south. So south in the city. So I went to Evergreen, Doty Road, Hammond, which is right by the casino, Whiting Hammond, not Hammond off of right by Cabela's over there and off of Calumet, not way in Indiana, right at the border. And then I may touch Bedford Park. They ran out of TVs the first 2 days. So in order for me to continue shooting that content, the suburban stores still had TVs, right? Because people that are in the suburbs, they don't wait for deals to go buy cheap TVs. They not getting these cheap TVs. These are cheap TVs, right? They're already cheap. That are just now even cheaper. The people in the hood is getting these TVs. Well-to-do people way out in the suburbs, when they want a new TV, they go get a new TV. And plus, those people that are out in the burbs, they're looking for the new technology. They looking for OLEDs. They looking for 8Ks. They not buying these TCLs that are 4 or 5 years old. This technology is 4K, but it's older technology. Them people way out there in the suburbs ain't buying these TVs. So I had to go out further to get TVs that third day, and all those deliveries that I had to go out to the Walmarts out in Orland, and I went to Bridgeview and shit like that. All them TVs came into the hood, which further proves my point that once the TVs in the nearby city Walmart sold out, the stores that still had TVs was in the suburbs that came back to the hood. Right? So when I went out to Orland, when I went out to Bridgeview, I 100%, I had a route where I went from Hammond, Indiana to Crestwood to Bridgeview to Bedford Park to pick up 3 TVs, which they didn't cancel. So I wasted time, and Roadie gave me $6. Back to Doty Road. Then I went to fucking god damn it, Calumet City, the Sam's Club. Then went back to Doty Road to get more orders, dropped them orders off, then had to go back to Doty Road. Bro, I'm just crisscrossing to get the content. Because you said you wanted to see some real world content. So this is real world content. I'm not showing you the rates because I'm not doing it to show you how to maximize or make money. If that was the case, then I'd show you. I did this, I went this many miles for that. It's a reason why I'm not showing you that. I'm not going to mislead you. I'm doing that just so you can see me out in the field, because that's what you want to see, how I interact with the people in the store, how I interact with customers. That's it, and that's all. Because you asked for it. So I'm doing this shit at a loss. Because you asked for it. I'm giving you what you asked for. I'm not doing it to... One of those days, the most day I made out of all those TVs was $150. Put $130 in the tank. That's the only reason I'm doing it. It just shows you a different side of me. It gives you something else to look at other than just me sitting here in the studio talking to you. You get a chance to see shit in the real world. That's it. Please stop, messaging me, and if I were doing this do I think you can make a living, build a business off of doing this? Absolutely not. No, you can't. If I did 15 stops, I think one day, I think it paid me $140 something. What I think I can tell you is, what I did notice is that they lowered the rates. All right. Picking up one TV prior to volume increasing, they would pay $30 to $40 to go pick up one TV. Since they had volume, they said, well, shit, this is dense. We're not going to send him $30, $40 to go drop off a bunch of TVs that are all within the same 5-mile radius. No, we're going to, here, come get 3 TVs. We're going to pay you $12 a TV. You going in the same direction, in a straight line. All right, this batch of 3 TVs is going to pay $36. You pick up 3 TVs over here, that's going to pay you $38. So they lowered the rates. So can you build a business on it? Absolutely not. It's there for you to supplement income. That's it, and that's all. If you're on your way to something and you see something going in that way, right? And you see it and it's paying and you can got time to stop and pick it up because you're going in that way anyway, that's what that's for. That's what that's for. You can't build a business. You can't sustain a living, a comfortable living, or none of that stuff. All right. So I thought that would be common sense, but I guess it's not. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you know. Am I going to continue to do it? Of course, because it's great content. Now that I'm out doing it, interacting with people, it's just great interaction. It's great content. We got the Walmart people getting into it with the Venezuelans kicking it. And I didn't even catch it all on camera because I was sitting in the truck and I just heard a commotion. And then the dude came tapping, talking about, man, you Mark, man, I watch all your videos. So that's when I cut the camera on and hopped out the truck. And I didn't know the commotion that was going on was for the Venezuelans. I had been told you the Venezuelans was hanging out in the back of Walmart. But Walmart, like, man, skip it. We tired of y'all hanging out back here, waiting on orders. If you don't have an order already, you can't hang out back here until you get a Spark order. Y'all got to go. Right? So I get to capture shit like that. You know, just the interactions of me, you know, dealing with people because, you know, I'm in the hood with it. So anytime you in the hood, you always gonna get some type of great content. You just cannot get it in the hood. You just something gonna happen. You dig what I'm saying? As long as the camera rolling, you gonna catch it. So that's pretty much it. That's it. It's just content. We got Black Friday coming up. I'm gonna shoot Black Friday that whole weekend going into Cyber Monday because it's just gonna be a flurry of TVs again. So I'm gonna capture all that. I'll probably chill out into them. I got enough other content that I haven't dropped from when I was just doing orders intermittently that I haven't put together yet. So I'll probably do an episode or two, and then I'll just mentally prepare myself to go run Black Friday through the day after Cyber Monday, that Tuesday. I'm probably gonna run every day straight. I probably won't run that Sunday, but that Friday, Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday, I'll just run and I'll get all that content for you. All right, so boom, that's Roadie. That's it. It's just a series that I'm doing, all right? Because people wanted real world shit. Can't tell you rates because it's not profitable. I'm doing it for content, all right? Now let's talk about today's topic, the ignorance trap. Now, Saturday's live stream, probably one of the most important, I think, call-in shows I've did, if not the most important. Saturday's live stream, it showed the ignorance that I always be talking about. It don't matter how old you are, right? It don't matter. It's actually even worse if you're an older person coming into like this business or any business and you're ignorant, right? I think if you're an older person, you come in that ignorant, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. One, what the hell you been doing for the past 20, 30 years? That's the question that I ask to some of these old people that's coming in. What you been doing for the last 20, 30 years? And why at this point you this ignorant to even believe half of the shit you see on the internet, not be able to decipher, you know, what's real information versus what information is misleading and a facade. You dig what I'm saying? I can expect that from more younger, naive people just off the strength. But then again, when you're investing into a business, you know, I have to hold them accountable as well because once you invest and you decide that you want to come into business, you in the game. It's fair. You competing. You dig what I'm saying? Nobody gonna have no sympathy for you because you 23 and you wet behind the ears. That's why when I hear these people get these excuses, I ain't really for none of that. You dig what I'm saying? Because if I was active and me and you were competing for a load or me and you were competing for a route, I'm not going to feel no way for you because you 23 years old and you ignorant. That's your problem. That's your problem. That's your business's problem. My whole thing is I'm here to get it by any means. And if you in my way, to me, you sweet. I don't got to pull out all the tricks out the trick bag to beat you because you naive and you ignorant anyway. So then we just finna just get you out the way. You a easy one. It's business. So when I say educate yourself, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So we're gonna talk about the importance of education, self-improvement. I spent 8 hours the other day. I got 3 super chats. That's all for my 8 hours, $46. The video ain't monetized because Gunna was my intro music. And it's by the time I got off, Warner Music Group had already put a copyright on the video. So all the advertising money going to Warner Music Group. So for my 8 hours, which I already knew that because I already knew I was using copyrighted music as my intro, I already knew. Like, that's why I be telling y'all. Why didn't I get off the stream with these kids? Because they needed me. If I wouldn't have stayed on that stream as long as I did with the first dude, we would have never even got to the fact that he was in a lease and he thought he was buying a truck. Whole time he leasing this truck. They took advantage of this guy 40 ways going north. And what's crazy about him is early in the stream, I told him, I said, listen, young man, if you don't educate yourself on what you've invested in, which you should have did prior to you investing in it, if you don't educate yourself, and you can go watch it, I see a lot of people are deterred from watching because it's not really doing well. They see in that 8 hours and they're getting discouraged. So I'm probably going to end up having to clip it up, which I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. I said, if you don't educate yourself, people are going to see what I saw in the first minute of talking to you, and they're going to take advantage of you. Lo and behold, little did I know it had already happened. And if I wouldn't have continued to spend time, because I was trying to get off the call with him, but he just kept asking me, I would have never found out. We would have never got to that last little debacle of him leasing a truck. $13,000 security deposit for 30 months. He'll never own the truck because it's a lease. So once that lease is up, they're going to make him an offer to either finish paying it, which is they probably going to want another 20 or 30,000, or he's going to have to turn the truck in. The whole time he thought he was financing it. Why? Because he didn't read. Even with me telling him to send me a copy of the agreement so I can look at the verbiage. Why? I've financed cars, I've leased cars. I know what a lease looks like, and I know what a finance contract looks like because the verbiage is different. The deal is structured totally different. He still wanted to go back and forth with me. It had to get down to the point where I had to go to Google and go to reviews, because if they did it to him, which we know how these equipment finance places are, they've done it to a multitude of people. Sure enough, the same situation that they done to him, other people are already written reviews complaining the same thing. They were tricked into thinking that they were financing a vehicle, and they actually leased the vehicle. But I got to keep going back and forth with these kids because they just don't want to accept reality. So fuck Mark being 44 years old, got a lot more life experience. You can't tell these kids nothing because they got it in they head because somebody told them something. All the easy shit that they hear, this is what they want to accept. They want to deal with hope. That's why I did the whole hope thing a year or two ago, and I got flack for that. They hoping. You can't get shit with hope. Not in business. Listen, the Bible says faith without works is dead. The Bible says faith without works is dead. Part of the work that you have to do prior to actually doing the physical labor to build your business up is the research. That's a part of the work. So you can't hope things are going to go your way without putting in the work. There's other work that you got to do outside the physical work that's directly associated with what brings in the revenue. I did a live stream on that 2 months ago. Y'all hit the dislike button when I said you got to work for free, and y'all didn't know. And every time I say this shit, you get mad at me. Mark, why you keep rubbing it into our face? Because I feel like it. What you going to do about it? What you going to do something? All you going to do is hit the goddamn dislike button like that's going to mean something to me. Faith without works is dead. Ain't no such hope ain't going to get you over the finish line. Energy, passion, and all this shit that you got, that shit is inspiring. But you got to do the work. And the work that most of these cats don't want to do, especially these young cats, is the education. Okay, you don't formal education, all right? Because I was challenged recently by another content creator that. But here's the thing. Thus far, everything that I've forecasted, I've been spot on. And it may not have seemed like I was right at the moment. It wasn't the fact that I wasn't right. It just wasn't right now. See, I can look at a situation and just dictate how it's going to go just by talking to a person for a minute or less. So it's not the fact that I'm not right. It's just not right now. And then people get upset. Oh, you crushing this dream. No, I'm telling this person the truth. Some of these cats that come up here, I'm old enough to be their damn daddy. And I tell them, I say, yo, this is what I would tell my son. I'm not going to coddle none of these cats. Stop coming into my comment talking this dumb shit. Because I'm not going to stop. And that's another thing. I don't know. Somebody shared some of this shit to some fucking soft-ass Facebook group or some shit. Listen, fuck y'all. Like, y'all soft as hell. Well, your delivery, man. Bro, are you kidding me? Your favorite people tell them they're going to make $40,000 in a week. And they soft with them. And they smiling and, yeah, just tap in and we going to get it together. Listen, sky's the limit. That's that soft, positive shit that you want to hear. No, I'm telling you what's positive too. I'm telling you, if you don't stop tweaking with your goofy ass and go educate yourself with what you investing in, you're going to enter into an arena with a bunch of wolves and your ass is going to end up fucked up out here. Like we've seen so many people have constantly. Every time I do this show, listen, this is why I won't charge. Even Buddy said the other day, man, even in his fucked up situation, he said, bro, I don't know how you not charging, bro. Because half the people, more than half the people, if I did charge, they still not going to do what's in their best interest. It's clear that I got the formula now. But if you don't go do the work, shout out to that super chat too. Appreciate that. Who was that? Was that Great Polo? Was that Great Polo? Appreciate you, Great Polo.
Sweet.
Appreciate you, Great Polo. We know now that even with the information, they not still gonna go do the work. So it's a waste of my time. I don't got time to waste. I don't need your money. You can keep that shit. Because I give it to people for free and they still don't do what's in their best interest. I constantly prove it. Yo, what's the same line people say, man, I watch all your content. Watch all your content. You a motherfucking lie. You don't watch my content or you are not comprehending it. You can't be watching my content because I'm against equipment funding. I tell people to use cash, even amongst adversity when I say it. Everything that I've said since day one, I haven't backpedaled on nothing. You see a lot of backpedaling going on in the space now. I haven't backpedaled on shit. My stance on Amazon when I first started creating content is still my same stance. Yeah, the content creator today put out a video on Amazon, mad about it. And this is an Amazon influencer, Big Vic. Now it's the metric system. I've been talked about the metric system 2 years ago, and y'all got mad at me. And now everything that I said 2 years ago has come into fruition. I talked about them going to start implementing their own trucks. Guess what they did? And they ain't slowed down. Has anybody come and said, man, Big Mark, that's another one you called? No. Everything that I've been saying since my first time I've created a video, even amongst all the adversity that I used to get from all these people in the space, everything has come into fruition. You got people that was running that shit that are in my lane now, running final mile. Ain't that about a bitch? God damn it. Big Mark's still in the crib 2 years later. There go the dislike. There go one. There you go. I told you that's what they're going to do. I do this shit on purpose. It's all engagement for me, big dog. There go one. They don't like it. As soon as you get to talk about Amazon, they get mad. They get mad. You stole names and shit. They get mad. I said Big Vic. Somebody got mad. His audience, they don't like Big Mark. They don't like Big Mark. Ignorance, like the person who said, oh, Amazon ain't going to buy trucks because they ain't going to pay for the fuel. Ignorant. You're talking about a company that got a $3.9 trillion market cap. What is it to them to go to every Amazon facility and dig up an area and throw some tanks in the ground? Whoop-de-doo. You're talking about $3.9 trillion. And you're talking about some goddamn gas. The ignorance. Ignorance is expensive. Just like the learning curve is expensive, what do you think the learning curve is? Ignorance. And when you say ignorance is not a bad thing. In the word ignorance, the definition is just a lack of knowing, a lack of understanding. Ignorance is not a bad thing. The word it has a negative connotation on it. I don't understand why. It just means a lack of knowing. But if you understand that ignorance is expensive, why continue to be ignorant? This is what I don't understand. Why continue to be ignorant? Why? These dreams, these young people got all these dreams because they favorite people that's in here right now watching. That's why they hitting the dislike button with their goofy ass. Listen, y'all got an open invitation to come to the crib too, on me. Link pinned to the top of the chat. Oh, we on it today. We back on our bullshit. Don't worry about it. Oh, fuck this poll. Let's end this poll. We gotta get that out the way. Danny Wayne, don't call up neither. This ain't for you, Danny Wayne. We on some other shit right now. We on this box truck bully shit right now. Hold on a second. Like, look at that link. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Your favorite content creators in here right now, upset because I'm talking about you. Go ahead and hit that link. Let me see how gangster you really is. Let me see how gangster you really is. See, we do things a little bit different over here. We do things a little bit different over here. These young cats, they got dreams. They've been sold dreams of a lot of money. All right. Surface level information. And that's just not going to get you to where you want to get to in this industry or any business for that instance. You know what I'm saying? You need work. All right. So let's talk about it. You can't rely on hustle alone. Now, this is the 23-year-old that came up here the other day. He kept saying, but I'm making money. I'm making money. He said that from the first time, first few sentences he said that. And I told him, no, you're not. The first few things he said, I knew he was losing money. Before we got into him not having a log, an electronic log, before we got into him leasing a truck that he thought he was financing, before we even found out that he never went through a weigh station, before we found out he wasn't running at compliance within the HOS, the hours of service, and all the other things that we uncovered within that. I don't know how long we was talking to him, maybe 4.5, 5 hours. I knew that he wasn't operating correctly within the first minute or two. And I tell him that you ain't making no money. Well, no, I am making money. I got money in my, that's because you got money in your account. You probably recycling the same money. Man, I'm out here, man, I'm working. That shit don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. You can't just rely on hustle. Hustle ain't enough. It's not enough. Anybody that tells you hustle is enough when it comes to business, they a fool. Stay away from them. Anybody that tells you hustle is enough, they a fool. Stay away from them. You think you can be successful with some of your most successful business people with just hustle alone? Strategy is a part of being successful, right? And when you strategize, and how do you strategize? What are you utilizing when you strategize? What are you utilizing when you strategize? When you're sitting working for free, because when you strategize, this is not work that's being done that revenue is coming in because of. This is what you do to help increase your revenue, but it's not directly associated with what you have to do to bring revenue in. So when you strategizing, what are you utilizing? What are you utilizing when you strategize? I know it's a delay. I want to see if somebody give me the answer. Doom, 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 doom. Nobody knows? Elite Decisions got it. Your mind, your brain. Your brain. Your brain, how do you feed your brain? How do you get information to your brain? You can't strategize without using your brain. And your brain, the information isn't just there already. You're just not born with the information. So anybody that tells you that hustle is enough or winging it, and stay away from them. It's ignorance. They don't got your best interests. You can't strategize without thinking. Strategizing, you have to think. When you sit down and you sit down at a computer to type up your thoughts or your strategy, or you sit down with a notebook and a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper, you in deep thought. Man, all right, how do I turn $1 into $2? How do I turn 100,000 into 1,000,000? And with that thought comes research. And with that research, you're seeking information to consume into your brain so that you can come up with a plan and a strategy. So how is hustle going to get it alone? You running middle mile and you don't know math. You refuse to teach yourself math. You refuse to educate yourself on arithmetic. A lot of people don't. This cost per mile shit and this operation cost is so challenging to them. They try to avoid it because they're not good at math. Well, too fucking bad. Like it's person's supposed to feel bad for you because you challenged at math. Okay, well check this out. Well, math is a part of this business. You have to do it because you have to know what it costs you to run your business so that you can make well-informed decisions on what you should or shouldn't do, what you can or can't do, what's affordable or not affordable for you to do. But because you're challenged with it, you don't want to do what's in your best interest to conquer something that you need in order to be successful. Bro, what is we talking about here? See, this is why people get mad and they come in here and they cry and they hit the dislike button and all that shit that doesn't matter to me. I'm still at home. And I say these things so that you can get mad and continue to be in your feelings because it doesn't stop me. I'm still going to be here. And I told you this 2.5 years ago. When everybody else left you because they failed too. Your favorite people that misled you, they failed too. And I'm saying this shit because I know they watching. I want them to get mad. I need some more dislikes. The more dislikes, the more I'm winning. I love hate. When you do that shit, I'm winning. I need haters. I love haters because here's the thing. I'm not doing nothing wrong. The only thing I'm doing is giving people free information and educating people, and people hating on that, which further proves my point. Did nobody pay me to sit up 8 hours and talk to them kids? The second kid just needed somebody to talk to. I could have left that kid behind and would have been reading about, God forbid, God, thank God on everything I love. We're reading about Shorty ass today, and I'm like, damn, Shorty ass reached out to me. He said multiple times, man, I look up to you. Bro, I've had to start realizing that this content, to me, I'm an OG, I'm an old nigga. To me, I'm just online, but I guess content creators are like new rock stars or celebrities. To me, it's weird. I'm a regular dude that still be in the hood, bro. I still go do my own grocery shopping. I still go do regular things, but to some people, content creators are like to me, it's weird. I'm a regular dude. But I could have left Shorty hanging like, bro, Shorty, I don't want to hear you. And people get mad because of that. Why? Because I'm stepping on their toes, because I'm giving information that they want to sell. Now they can't sell it. Like they come into my DM talking about, hey man, the game is to be sold, not sold. Man, get your goofy ass out of my motherfucking DM with that dumbass shit. Tell me no dumbass shit like that. This is the reason I do it. When you fuck with me, you gonna make me just turn up even more. This is why I'm doing more live streams. I'm gonna tell you, the reason I'm doing more live streams and giving more information, because these motherfuckers keep saying dumb shit. Only thing you doing is fueling me to do this shit. Getting back to what I'm talking about, you can't rely on hustle alone. That shit ain't gonna get you to the promised land. You gotta be smart. But see, here's the thing. Oh man, you can wing it, or if you just get out here and hustle, that's some bullshit, bro. You gotta sit down and you gotta educate yourself. You gotta know what you're investing in. You can't get to the promised land unless you strategize, and you need your brain and you need information, you need education to be able to sit down and strategize. Like, let's make this make sense here. And this is why I can drop this damn link and nobody hits it. Because they know they don't want to get up here, because I'm going to make them look bad, and then whatever little credibility that they thought they had, they ain't going to have it no more. I'm just a bold motherfucker to do it. I don't care nothing about none of this other shit that these cats be talking about on this internet. And the reason why I get upset is because you see case studies like you saw Saturday, and these are the people that got them thinking this shit. This is where I get upset. I get upset at these old motherfuckers that be sitting here online taking these little shorties up a river. And then they come seek me, and then I got to give them the harsh reality. And this shit is sad. You running in circles when you don't educate yourself. You out here hustling. You see what we people that think that the hustle is going to be enough, they find themselves running in circles. You wasting time, you wasting money, you wasting energy. Shorty asked the other day, all the verbiage in the contract in bold says leasing. So you know what that tells me? He never read. He never read one line of that contract. But yet and still, you got people in here that are still mad at me because what they doing. Ain't got a pot to piss in nor one to throw it out of, but they watching Big Mark. So he didn't read. Not only did he not read, he's not even running in compliance because he hasn't done the proper research, which all leads back to education. All this leads back to education. So tell me how you can wing it in this business. Tell me how you can be successful with just hustle alone. How? How, Sway? And somebody's going to watch this live stream and they're going to come into my comment section with a long Bible scripture and telling me some dumb shit. And what I've learned to do now is just leave that shit on red. I'm not finna be going back and forth with ignorance. I ain't doing that shit no more. I'm not going back and forth with ignorance no more. I refuse to. Bad decisions compound. When you come in as a dunt-to-dunt, you just going to compound the dunt-to-dunts. If your foundation is piss poor, you think you're going to build listen, check it out. If your foundation is piss poor, you think you're going to be able to build a solid house on a piss poor ass foundation? Which means if you come in not doing what's in your best interest, come in not educating yourself, yes, you're not going to have the full understanding of a person who's way more experienced or way more tenured than you. But doing the research that you need to have a smooth transition into the business, like what we saw the other day, understanding the compliance of what you're about to enter into, understanding that you need a log, an electronic log, understanding why you need an electronic log, why you need a paper log, what the paper log is now for, understanding how many hours that you can legally drive, how many hours you can legally work, understanding when you see these way stations that you got to go through and why you have to go through them. When you look at documentation, understanding the fact that whenever you're doing something for your business and you're signing something, you should read it. And if you don't understand the verbiage that you're reading, you should ask somebody, can you help me decipher this before I sign my life away? Like, how do you get mad at a person for telling someone, yo, you just signed your life away? If you can't comprehend, you know what else I find out in this culture, bro? When we don't know something, we scared or we too prideful to ask for help. We wait till the last minute when it's too late to come tuck their tail and ask for help, bro. We too prideful, bro. Like, that shit gotta stop. Being prideful will get you in a world of hurt. Being too prideful will get you in a world of hurt. Listen, if you don't know something, why are you gonna sign your name? You start in doing dumb shit, and I'm not talking about the kid from the other day, just in general. And at the very beginning, you have a shaky foundation because you're not doing nothing. You just willy-nilly in it. You're just going to compound willy-nilly, ignorant, bad decision, ill-advised decisions on top of the already bad, ill-advised decisions that you started with. And now I'm talking about the kid from the other day. That's a classic example of the results that you're going to get. We see it with him. We saw it with the 28-year-old who wanted to get 3 trucks. We saw it with the guy with the $5,400 down payment on a truck that he didn't know when they were going to give it to him or if they were going to give it to him. You just gave them these people your money and left. Like, what? Like, why do we make decisions like that? And see, people don't want to hear this shit. But people will come and watch me coach a person who's ignorant. Oh, I get 150 people, 160 people when I'm talking about, man, 2025 could potentially present a great opportunity for money. Yeah, okay, so check it out. Just because it offers a great potential for money, what we realized is just because the money is there, shit, you don't know how to get it. And if you do get it, you don't know how to keep it. Because guess what? It was a lot of people getting a lot of money in 2021, the first quarter of 2022, second half of 2020. And guess what? As soon as the market shifted in 2022, they couldn't even last 3 to 6 months. With all that money that was being pushed out, as soon as the market shifted, people couldn't even last 3 to 6 months. So you got a year and a half of record-breaking rates. And as soon as the market corrects itself, you ran a year and a half with record-breaking rates, and then the market corrects itself in 3 to 6 months, you out. So we already researched and just, history, case studies from what we've seen in recent events has shown people don't do what's in their best interest. Because they made bad decisions initially, and they just compounded on those bad decisions. And then too prideful to to ask for help until it's damn near too late. The only person that can help Shorty ass from the other day, as far as his truck situation, is a lawyer, and hopefully that can help him because he's in a contract that he signed. Luckily, he finally came to me to talk about his business for me to correct a lot of the things that he was ignorant about. Hours of service, weigh stations, compliance. He drove for 20 days straight. That's ignorance. That's a person who invests into something they understand, didn't do any research of what they were getting into on this industry, on this business, which ultimately leads to that 95% failure rate. Most of the people that fail is because they're ignorant. Why, like, to have to come to a person, I'm not speaking about him, I'm speaking in general, for a person to just tell you to educate yourself, to me, is crazy, because that's something I would think a person would know automatically. When you talk about education, it yields a small audience, which further proves my point. When you talk about education and more work that's not directly associated with what brings in the revenue, people don't want to hear that shit. You want to hear how to make $1 million with one box truck. You want to hear, let me show you how to make $40,000 a week with one box truck. When I look at that type of content, man, 100,000 likes. You want to see how to make a $40,000 a week at a box truck, because the engagement proves it. My content, it does nowhere near what the content of some of this foolishness shit does. I see a person say $40,000 a week in a box truck, 100,000 likes. Shit is crazy to me. This is what you want. You get what you ask for. You want to know how to make $1 million a year in a box truck, and you want to know how to make $40,000 a week with a box truck. You don't want to know about the real. You know what else ignorance gets you? It gets you a lack of longevity. It gets you a lack of longevity. Why do you think so many people come in and they come out? Just pay attention. I've been on live stream for what, 2.5 years now. Go look at some of the live streams from other content creators that were popping, that's still in, and look at the people's names that were in the chat. And then go look at the content creators that are still active. It's not that many of them. And look at the comment sections. You don't see those. You see a whole different people, because most of those people are no longer in the business. Why? Because they were ignorant. Some of the same shit that you see people doing now that are entering into the space now, those people did it then. It's just it was a lot more of them then than it is now. But the people that are entering now, like we see, are repeating the same processes that those people were doing then, which is a lack of educating themselves. If I were entering into this space now and I saw what I see, I'd be like, man, this is sweet. You mean to tell me this is who I'm going to be competing against? Man, bro, all I got to do is continue to educate myself, which really, I don't really have to go above and beyond because I'm a self-starter, self-motivator. I'm always seeking to consume information. This is all I got to do because these people ain't doing it because they either too lazy, they just don't have the discipline, the drive to do so. They're not, around people that are self-starters, self-motivators. They don't engage with other people that are highly intelligent, that are, into things like they are, like just people that think similar. They still want to hang around the same dumb shit that they've been around. People who don't force themselves to be innovative and think outside of the box. So they get the results they get. A short-lived box truck career. I constantly had to be innovative because the industry constantly changed. It changed during my lifespan in the industry. It changed. It was constantly changing. It's going to constantly change. Technology plays a big part of the industry today. Technology wasn't as heavily involved in this industry as it was when I entered into the industry. When my vehicles that did dedicated routes, we didn't use our phones. Back then, my trucks were assigned what were called rabbits, all right, scanning devices, right? And we were assigned them, and then, I had to sign a contract that, if one of my drivers lost a rabbit, we would be responsible for paying for it, right? And the drivers would keep them, they would leave them on the truck, and then the next day when they would go to the facility of 3PL, they would scan their packages with the rabbit. Nowadays, the rabbit system doesn't exist anymore because everybody has a smartphone. The 3PLs understand that, so that's one less thing that they have to purchase, and they just built software and just, here's your login, and you can use your own phone to scan it, but all the information is going to be stored in our cloud. I'm saying that to say this: things are constantly changing, constantly evolving. Reason I started cross-docking is to take advantage of a situation because I saw things going in a certain direction. Nothing lasts forever in this industry. Just because you got a contract don't mean you're going to have it forever, because you only good to the 3PLs they are to the retailer. If the 3PL loses a contract, then you lose it by default. You don't have a direct connect with the retailer. You got to go through a 3PL. So you lose it automatically if they lose it. But if you put all your eggs and you put your life into believing that you're going to have this contract forever, then you're a fool. And what I've learned from having to deal with this a few times is they know this shit a nice little amount of time ahead. But for some reason, they don't want to tell you because they don't want you to move on before they finish their term of the contract with the retailer before it's passed on to the next person. So they use you to the very end and leave you left holding the bag so that you don't have a smooth transition. This is the way it works. So education, constantly seeking education, constantly being well informed, being in the know, spending your idle time trying to better yourself for your business and self-improvement as well. You should want to be the best at whatever it is you do. And educating yourself is going to help you do that. Anything that I do, I want to be the best at it. Even with this content thing. At a loss, I want to be the best. I want to destroy every single person that's in my way. All my competitors, I want to absolutely 100% destroy them. I want to show you that I'm better and smarter. I want to give you the best information that you need to win. I understand that this is an educational platform, so I want to make sure that I provide you with the best education so that you win. If you don't win, then what's the purpose? I want haters to hate, and I want the people who want the information to win. That's the purpose. Anything you do, you should want to be obsessed with it. If you want to be successful at it, you have to be obsessed with it. You have to see some level of progression. If there's no level of progression, then you got to go back to the drawing board, educate yourself to see what you're doing wrong so that progression can start. If you're not trending going up and to the right, then you're not doing something right. If you're not going up and to the right, you're not doing something right. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. I say things to trigger nerves. I just said something to trigger a nerve, and it triggered a nerve. And that person knows who I'm talking about. I say things to trigger nerves, and it just triggered a nerve. Somebody's watching. There's a few people watching right now that's moist right here in their heart. They moist, they soft. And I'm telling you how soft they is because they not going to click the link. I'm telling you they a hoe. They ain't going to click that link, though. I bet you they won't click that link on my mama. And I'm putting it on my OG. I bet you won't click that link on my mama. On my mama, you won't hit that link. Joe Soft Fast. I bet you won't hit it. I bet you won't hit it. See what I'm saying? It's a lot of internet warriors out here. And they your favorite content creators. A person who has some type of common sense or common knowledge is gonna say, man, this dude ain't said nothing wrong. I just said up and said educate yourself. But people get mad. What did I say wrong? It's the people that's misleading these kids, which is why you get what you saw the other day. Which is why Lames is in my DM talking about the game is to be sold, not told, and all this goofy shit. Your best thing is to leave me alone. Leave me alone. You come over here and steady. That shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no big dog if you not going to hit the link. It's only go and hit the link, big dog. Stop being a bitch. Stop being a hoe. Hit the link. Let me didn't hit that link yet. Oh, that's what I figured. I told you. I told y'all. These cats ain't really what I'm telling you. They're going to continue to sell your older people. They're going to continue to sell your kids dreams and misinformation. And some of y'all shorties out there, y'all going to continue to follow this shit. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Don't end up like some of these people that you see coming up here. There they go. They in here. Ooh, they in here. I bet you they won't hit that link though. I dare you hit the link. I dare you. And I put it on my mama. So, I put it on my mama now. It's on my mama. I bet you won't hit that link. I bet you won't. Listen, on my mama, you won't hit that link. You know why? Because you scary. You ain't gonna come up here and say, hey Mark, I don't like you. So I'm steady hitting the dislike button and not hitting it and then hitting it again because I don't like you telling people to educate themselves. Because what it is you a content creator and you don't want to be exposed. So I'm gonna tell you a hoe. You got an open invitation to come to the crib. And we can have a conversation. Or you can come up here, we can have a conversation. And may the best person win if you want to debate. But the link is pinned to the top of the chat. So you got open invitation. On my mama. Now I put it on my mama now. So you got an opportunity to make me look bad because I put it on my mama, you ain't gonna hit that link. So you could really make me look bad because I done put the shit on my mama. You know what they say? Black men love their mama. So hey, listen, we get a better open invitation. You won't click that link. So Danny Wayne, go ahead and click the link, man. Come on, let's have this conversation, bro. I think people got the point, bro. You know, I think, the more people just not, educate themselves, the more situations you're going to see like we continue to see. Now, I can get further into this conversation. I can take it to the black community and shit like that, but I think what's known don't need to be explained. I think what's known don't need to be explained. Danny Wayne, come on up, man. I'm going to talk to you for a minute. I said you could hit the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat, bro. I didn't say what I need to say. Some people in here mad because they can't read or they can't write. That's on your problem. Listen, if you can't read it, you can't write, and you in trucking, then you got a problem. Shit, if you can't read and you can't write, and you grown, you got a problem. That's on you. That's a personal problem. Motherfucker mad because I told motherfucker to read and write or read and comprehend. Get the hell out of here, man. Look at them. They steady going at it. And I done called him a hoe. I done put it on my mama. What else do I got? I'm really trying to piss whoever this is off so they can hit the link. Matter of fact, you a bitch. You's a bitch. Whoever doing you a bitch. You's a bitch. Let's see if they hit the link now. I'm really just trying to piss them off. Come on, let's see if they hit the link. Is that enough? You think that's going to be enough? Because I really want to have. Listen, let me pull them. That go your spot right there waiting for you, big dog. I got a nice, shiny square waiting on you to come up right next to me. One person took their thumbs down back. They said, "Nah, man, he right. He right, man. This is some lame ass shit. This some hoe ass shit I'm doing, bro. Because if I ain't gonna come up there, the only thing I am doing is hating. So somebody just took theirs back. We gonna get him a little just do. They say, yeah, he right. It's some hating ass shit. Dude ain't did nothing wrong. But it's one person, they still up there on some lame shit. Bring your lame ass up here. Bring your lame ass up here. I bet you it's a content creator. Come on, Danny, man. I ain't got all day, bro. I done said what I needed to say. Hey, Danny Wayne, you gotta get your under dig together, Danny Wayne. Oh shit. Mm. Yeah, man. This box truck thing, boy, man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, I'm feeling good today though. I'm feeling good, man. I've been resting for it, man. I had to rest a whole day a whole day because of Buddy ass. Oh, I didn't talk about second Buddy. Let me talk about second Buddy before Danny Wayne come up here. So the second kid, the second kid, I felt bad for. I felt bad more for the second kid than I did for the first kid. Um, I don't think the second kid is misled. I just think he is misunderstood, and I just think he needs a good role model. And I think that's what he's searching for. And that's why once I realized that's why I spent time talking to him. And, I had like my girl was waiting on me. And even when I got off the live stream, she was mad. But then when I got off the live stream, she was like, man, I was watching. She's like, I can't even, she's like, I can't even be mad at you. Like, you stood me up. You know what I'm saying? But it's commendable what you did and why. You know what I'm saying? If what you were doing, if it wasn't a good reason, then yeah, I'll still be mad. But she's like, what I just witnessed, I can't even be mad at you. She wasn't even mad. She couldn't be mad. She said, I can't even be mad after what I just witnessed. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is on my own time. Uh, and this is just me prioritizing, what's important. We weren't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But this is why, you want to have a great person on your side, you know what I'm saying? Because she understood, and I don't know, I just felt like that kid just really needed somebody to talk to. And you never know what's going through a person's head. Um and I have to remind myself, and somewhere along that conversation, I'm thinking that's why I just kind of relaxed a little bit and just listened to the kid, because I thought like, yo, he said a multitude of times, like, man, Mark, I really look up to you and I respect you. And, I have to understand that with what this content thing is you can't, there's a moral obligation that you have. And I understand it. I have to remind myself, because I don't look at this shit as what it is now today, because I'm kind of out of tune with, content creation as far as the influencers, in comparison to what I think a person who I guess would be, I don't consider, like Pippi was like, man, Mark, you're a celebrity. And I'm like, how? You know what I'm saying? How? I don't like, bro. But I have to remind myself, that, influencers, people look up to him. So I didn't want to leave Shorty hanging. That's why I just kind of kicked it with him for a couple of hours and just let him talk. Because I don't know what he was going through. Clearly, he was going through something. I saw that he was socially awkward. He admitted to it, and he talked about his father, and it just seemed like he needs somebody to talk to. So, you know, so it is what it is. So I think, if that kid comes up whenever he wants to come up, I'll just talk to him. You know what I'm saying? You never know. what a person's going through. So his plan was, not good, which I told him. But I gave him the reasons why, and I kicked it with him, and he came in the Discord afterwards. Now the first person, still haven't heard from him. Today is Monday. I don't know if he took care of the business that he said he was going to take care of. He hasn't joined the Discord. It is what it is. So there you have it. I tell people, listen, you can come kick it. I'll kick it with you and I'll help you. But people don't do it. So whatever. Come on, Danny Wayne, bro. I ain't. Come on now. Come on, Danny Wayne. You got time to talk. Now is your time to come up. You got time to text out. Rather, whatever you doing, it ain't too time consuming that you can type. All you gotta do is click the link. And Menorca, I saw you had a bunch of questions too the other day. You didn't click that link though. The call-in show, you got to click the link. I'm not going. And here's the thing, I got to do another call-in show. I might do it tonight because I got to make up for a lot of the people that did click that I left in the back because I was spending too much time with dude. So there was maybe 3 or 4 people that were in the back that just were in back there for a long time. So I may do another one tonight to make up for the people that I left hanging. So I'm not gonna make y'all wait to the next one. So I might do it tonight. All right. What's up, Danny?
Yo.
What's up, man?
How are you? How are you, man?
Blessed, man. How are you?
How are you?
Man, I'm blessed, man. What about you?
Good, man. Got my
What's up,
flag
man?
there.
Let's see your flag. Let's
I
see it.
can't see nothing.
There you go. There you go. All right, there we go. Good old American.
I just wanted to come over. I just wanted to come back and tell you that, I appreciate you, man.
Danny Wayne, you appreciate Mark the Mentor?
That's right.
You appreciate me,
We
Danny
got
Wayne?
this thing. Yeah.
Oh man, I appreciate you.
Well, I hope everything goes real well, and that the next time I call you, I'll be trying to get somebody to send a message to your chat or something like that, baby. But shit, man. Well, hold the line. Who'd you vote for by chance?
You know who I voted for.
I really don't know who you voted for. All I know is you got a platform that is strong enough that you can probably easily go off grid if that happens. And I appreciate everybody that's helping America get a lot better.
Oh man, we appreciate you. I'm glad you didn't have to go off the grid. I'm glad you didn't have to go off the grid, man.
Oh yeah, I'm at South Carolina United States Senator. Kind of teamed up on where I'm at.
Where you at right
Where we're
now?
both at, actually.
Where you
I'm
at?
here in South Charleston, South Carolina.
I'm saying where exactly? Are you at home or is that where you at?
This is the place where I'm staying at for now.
Okay.
I got my bike, got my
I
truck
see.
out there. My
Yeah.
flags are all still up. I'm gonna wait until January 20th before I take, and get started on my new life.
You going to DC? You going to DC in January for the inauguration?
I don't know. It might not be necessary, but if it's
Yeah.
necessary, I'm sure we'll all be there.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary, Danny Wayne. I think y'all should fall back.
Yeah,
I think y'all should fall back.
I think so too, man. But it doesn't matter. There's a lot of challenges ahead, a lot of work, man, and often these broadcasters can mostly catch the live streams that go out. Like what happened in Maui. There was a lot of live streams that went live on TikTok that nobody ever saw again after the first couple seconds. But your live broadcasters and streamers are the ones that should catch that and what they call it, fuel the jet.
Wait.
Remember that
You
one?
said live streamers
Sharing
won't. You saying they won't pick up for you?
sharing
That's what you said.
If you find something that,
Hey, Danny
like you
Wayne,
say,
Danny
we do
Wayne,
no harm.
Danny Wayne.
We do no
You
harm.
got
It's
you
the
got
bottom
you
line.
got you got to stop moving. You sound like you in a echo chamber right now. Whatever you did, undo it. You were fine at first.
Yeah, I started facing the highway.
That's better. That's better. Now, what were you saying about the streamers? They weren't letting you come on their stream.
No, I was talking about the stuff that goes live and is only there for a few seconds. Our broadcasters should fuel that jet and be sure everybody knows it. It's just about do no harm. Nobody knows the harm got done, and then you still got a problem festered. But that's what I'm saying. You have a strong, you got a strong base there that you could do that on your off time.
So what you saying, Danny
Catch
Wayne?
that evidence. I'm telling you, I saw a bunch of stuff in Maui going down, and it just disappeared right when all that fire started, transpiring. Like there's a lot of children still missing over there, and everywhere. All these disasters, there's a lot of people missing. So yeah, bro, that's just one little thing. There's tons and thousands of things happening all over the world that
So
that get
what you
stripped
need?
down before anybody knows about it.
So what you
So
need from
that's
me,
why I
Danny?
like to have these broadcasts. All the streamers that I know in my groups. That's what they're doing, moving forward.
Oh man, that's good. So what y'all need from me, Danny
So
Wayne? Y'all
yeah, I
still?
just wanted to pay my respects because you did address me. I always try to catch you if I can.
Oh, you saw my address? You saw it? You saw it, Danny Wayne?
Well, you talked to me. You talked to me, so I called you back.
I appreciate you.
It's pay my
Appreciate you.
respect. And I know it's
Appreciate
way
you.
off topic, but there's a lot of things that can be done for this these independent people that are not involved with taxes. Common law is pretty important for independent people. They got a lot of
What you
problems with driving and moving around, just
what you
going
talking about?
somewhere.
Like, ain't you an independent? Ain't you like a sovereign citizen? You believe in having a driver's license and paying taxes and and all that shit, or you just like a sovereign citizen?
Well, only because that's how I was trained up. But
You got a You got a driver's license, Danny Wayne?
yeah, I got one.
Okay.
I don't really think I need it though. I don't. I'm not a scholar. I don't know what the law is, but
Okay. Well, what do you think I should do from here on out, Danny Wayne? What you want me to do? Tell me what you want me to do, Danny Wayne.
well, I don't think there's anything I want you to do. You're already doing it.
Oh, okay. All right. If I come to
But it's just being aware of that stuff, and it's just like the jet streams, and all that shit. We don't know everything, but there's a lot of evidence that's proving that them the damage them jet streams have done is already, it can't be undone.
right.
So,
Hey, you think if I
like
came to
you're trying
Charleston,
to fight.
look, if you think if
Yeah,
I came to you think if I came to Charleston, South Carolina, you think I'd be straight down there, or I probably shouldn't come down there. Charleston, South Carolina.
man, this place is fucking great, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if yeah.
What about like some of the rural areas? You think I'd be good or no? Probably should stay away. What you think?
The rural areas. What are you trying to
Yeah.
do here?
I
What are you
don't know.
trying to do over here?
Maybe just go to like a
Like,
rural area and just explore and probably sleep at like a one of those real like motels in like one of the rural areas of South Carolina, the middle of nowhere.
oh, that's gonna be right expensive.
Really? Don't worry
Yeah.
about the money. The money ain't no issue. I'm saying, do you think it'll be in my best interest? Like, will I be safe if I go to like a rural area and South Carolina, in the middle of nowhere, and just get like a little motel and just hang out there for about 4 or 5 days and just walk around and maybe go on a nature hike or something like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff going on around here, man. Very community oriented, you know. Uh, I really enjoyed the Oktoberfest they had down here on King Street. So it was put on by the
Oktoberfest.
locals. Yeah, instead of Halloween, I guess that's what it was. But yeah, man, you know, it's a lot like every night on King Street. You know, you got about a three mile strip. So if you could get a spot right there close to King Street, you know, you could just walk the strip every day. You know, in the nighttime, the lounges, you know, they got all kind of stuff.
Mm,
3 miles, about 3 miles. I'm not, you know, exactly right. And then you know, you got the harbor at the end of the road. You got the harbor. You
mm,
know, so it's like tourist thing, but it's
mm.
very pleasant and very safe.
The South Carolina, that's considered the deep South, right?
It's kind of an island, and you know, all the bridges come right in on there. About 5 different bridges fall off into South Carolina. When you go to, you know, Charleston,
Well, I ain't from
and then
down
you
there,
go to
so I'm
South
asking.
Charleston,
I'm not from down there, so that's what I'm
South
asking you.
Charleston.
I'm a northerner.
But
I'm a city
but
boy.
it's money, man. You know, high end houses. Okay, you know what that means. High end
Yeah,
houses,
yeah. I
cleaning
never.
ladies. You know,
Oh yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. I never been there
I think
before,
they got a
so I.
massage. They got a massage parlor up in there. The Pearl, you know, very high end restaurants, very high end clothes boutiques and stuff like that, you know.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's up?
And you know,
Oh.
they really take care of the homeless people
Mm,
very well, you know. There's a lot of benefits for the people that are trying to transition to a real life. I'm pretty much in that spot myself.
mm. Wait, you trying to transition
Yeah, I
to what?
can't wait till
You trying to
a,
transition to what?
a real a real life,
What you mean? What's wrong with the
a
life you
real
got?
life. Well, you know, I gotta get to the point where I can start working again. And
Well,
as soon as January 20 rolls around,
well, what? Well, what's holding you
I
back?
haven't
What's holding you back from working, Danny Wayne?
I haven't worked in 4 years, man.
Well, I'm actually, what's stopping you? What's stopping you from working?
Well, there's a lot of things. I probably won't be working. I'll probably be more like an entrepreneur type, something I create out of nothing. I
I'm
usually
saying,
always do it.
why'd you stop working, Danny Wayne? I'm asking you. You
I
dancing.
really haven't stopped working, but I just work different than other people.
So basically,
I
you
don't get
working for
paid.
right, right. So,
When you're in this kind of movement, you don't get paid, you know. But the
uh,
movement is what I consider it is really a great sacrifice, you know. And it's sacrificing, waiting for you know things to be the way they should be. Once the things are the way they should be, then there's no more sacrifice needed. You
so
can
you're
go ahead
so
and go about start doing. I'm thinking I'm making a difference, you know, by withdrawn from the work environment. But you know, basically, I'm disabled, you know, but I can't get on to the tax table to get disability because I won't go to the hospital and I won't pay. I haven't paid my taxes, so I don't get the benefits like for social security or disability or anything. So you know, like I said, as far as work goes, it'll be probably something that I just create just enough to get by, you know. Uh, if I could explain that better, when I was in South Carolina, uh, I was living over there under the bridge for about 3 months. 2 months I've been here, so I started collecting bicycles and parts, you know, and now I got 10 bicycles ready to sell. And I wasn't doing nothing but just driving around picking up pieces. I got 10 fucking bicycles. Like, holy shit, I'm a woodcutter, you know, I'm an iron worker, you know, but I can't work no more. I can't get no benefits. So, like I said, you know, I don't talk about myself much, but, you know, it's kind of something, them kind of things happen to me. Usually I used to do cars like that. I'd buy 2, 3 cars and build one good one, but never would sell nothing.
So
But I don't know. Like I said, when it comes to work, I'll just have to invent something kind of entrepreneur like. You know, I could buy me a big old boom truck with a winch on it and have a remote control. That way I can carry myself up into a tree and cut it. But that's a lot of fucking money. You know,
so
because I can't
so
climb no more. I'm all busted up. You know, so.
so basically you
But I
sacrifice.
could do a lot of shit. I could do a lot of shit.
So basically you sacrificed everything to join the convoy.
Well, yeah, that's a long story. I really don't want to get into that one, but
No, you don't got to. I was just wondering why.
one of the one of the one of the illegals that came in out of Mexico got the Section 8 on my house, and he was able to get the disability, some kind of disability from the government. So he had a way to make payment with the bank. So the bank sold him my house. Right when I was in the middle of I already had the Section 8 to buy the house, and then the worst thing is what I'm talking about, do no harm. And it applies to me because he went to the court and he said, I'm in fear for my life from me. So the courts sent the cops out there, and there was like 15 Mexicans there when I got home. Put a restraining order on me, kicked me off my property one day. So the next week I was in the People's Convoy going to D.C. And I've been there
Wait,
4 years.
wait. You said they were Mexicans.
Well, the guy that bought it was an illegal immigrant. But he got the
Wait,
disability and the Section 8.
wait. How did an illegal immigrant
So
buy your
now,
house?
I actually
Oh,
filed certified legal
hold
papers before I
on.
left.
Hold on.
So, anyways, I told you it's a deep fucking shit.
How does an illegal immigrant buy
And
your house?
let me just get to the point. You know, I am very much less than 1% of what is going on in America right now. And people don't realize it. The companies, the businesses, the distressed properties, guess who bought them? Foreign entities are buying all our shit, man. And nobody sees it. The bank is the only one that fucking sees that shit. And they're fucking scraping that shit up like fucking peanut butter. Everybody's in on it, you know, the government, the the banks, you know, the retail, I mean the real estate people, the judge, the cops, you know. So anyways, I'm facing going back to a democratic state in New Mexico and dealing with this shit on my own after January 20th. So
Why are you waiting to
I'm
January
sure
20th?
because I'm close to DC right here where I'm at.
So you are going to DC for the inauguration.
Well, like I said, if it rolls that way, and I'm pretty sure everybody's going to go there for the celebration. But I'll have to make that decision on my own, you know, because I ain't got money. You know, I'll go down there. You want to pay the live stream bill? I'll fucking go with a heartbeat. I'll go right now.
So if I fund you, you want. So if you go to DC, you want to stream it.
I'm gonna stream everything as much as I can.
How much is it going to cost to stream it? You asked me to
I
pay it.
don't
How
know
much is it
shit.
going to cost? Well, you can't say if I'm
You
going to
just
pay it. You
started.
can't tell me a number.
Well, you just started an allowance fund, you know, for every week,
No,
and I
I
just
ain't
keep
got to
going.
start. I ain't got to start no fund. What? How much does it cost?
Oh shit, I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to put a figure on it. I don't need to buy nothing. All I need to do is get there.
You didn't ask me to
Get
get
there.
you
Hell, I
there.
sleep in my truck.
You didn't ask me to get you there. You asked me to pay the streaming fund. That's what I'm asking you. How much is it going to cost you stream?
Don't cost me nothing.
How? It's going to cost you something.
Got my phone. I'm ready to go. Got 2 or 3 phones here. I lost all my equipment down there. When I went to jail in DC, the guys got all my laptop, all my accessories and shit.
Hey, how you let somebody take your stuff, Danny Wayne? Why you let somebody take your stuff?
I went to jail. I went to jail, man, and the stuff got
Oh yeah, that's right. You did go to jail. January 6th, right? 2021, right?
no, I don't know what it was not at the event. It was at the reunion.
How long was
I
you in
was at the
jail for?
J6 reunion for Ashley Babbitt's. I don't know, a couple days. But they erased all the papers. They didn't charge me nothing, but they erased all the papers. So I can't prove that they done something wrong because they erased all the arrest. They erased the whole arrest. Figured like it was good for me. It was good for them because they damn near broke my shoulder. They hung me off a wall in the handcuffs. Like 4 foot off the ground during the processing and interrogation and shit. Like what the fuck? My arms were way up around the middle of my back. It's like, and then they sat me down on a bench like that. So they fucked my shoulder up pretty fucking bad, man. Fucked up pretty bad for a long time. It's a little better now, but it's still pretty bad.
Was it the feds or was it DC police or was it who was it? It was the feds, right?
It was Capitol Police, Capitol Police. But you know, District of Columbia, that's a whole new story, man. I'm just gonna have to leave it up to our team now. Trump, give him a chance. I can't go saying nothing bad about either side, but I always wanted government to get out of District of Columbia myself, but I don't see how that's possible in the way things are. But what I'm trying to really do is get the law passed. Do no harm. Just do no harm. That's the only law we need to live by. Common law, and it's taking on a movement. You could think you're a national American citizen. You're going to be a citizen. You're not. You're not. I don't know so much about it. I'm
You
listening
got
to this
you
guy.
you sound you sound you did something again, Danny. You gotta stop pressing a button. You sound like you in a tunnel or some shit.
Oh, I probably covered the mic up with my
There you
finger.
go. There you go. There you go. Now you better.
Anyways, I just would love to see, when Ashley Babbitt got shot up there, that shit was bad. It was bad. And the guy that shot her was a migrant as well. He was actually working in the Capitol Police.
Mm.
So
It's messed up, man.
I worry about saying things that aren't real, but I come to find out I was talking to a judge up in Massachusetts on my tour. I've been to Canada 3 times on this run. But the judge in Massachusetts told me that Biden was the one that brought the migrants over here from Colombia. The guy that shot Ashley Babbitt. So that was years. That was like 30 years ago. Biden's been in office forever.
Right.
Baltimore, I believe. But yeah, there's a lot of corruption, man. And like I say, we're gonna give Trump his chance to roll it out.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to give you a platform, Danny Wayne, so that you can, say what you
Yeah.
want
So
to
did
say.
you see where they put all the fences up around D.C.? And as soon as the results came in, they took all the fences down right away. Did you see all that? In
Nah, I ain't
D.C., they
see
had the
that.
whole thing fenced off. I mean, barricades all the way around.
Nah, I ain't see it, Danny. I ain't been paying attention to that.
Yeah, yeah. But it's really important, like what happened in Maui, because it was like what I saw was the choppers landed and they were loading out people. Okay, the
Hmm.
smoke was so thick was fucking crazy. You couldn't really see nothing. It was definitely the Marines, like Marine type chopper. Army fatigues and all that.
Hmm.
But if them kids got all loaded up and they was developed into another region or another land, they really wouldn't know anything. They wouldn't know nothing. So they'd just be there being like they are. So it's just kind of funny.
Okay.
So I never saw it again. I never could find it. One shot that came. They never found it again. It was just gone in like 3 seconds. So that's where we need the broadcasters and the streamers got power to catch all. You got to watch everything all the time. It goes something goes up. You know, it's FTJ, fuel the jet.
Okay.
They claim it. You know, if you catch that, then you. It don't matter if you claim it and you publish it. I don't care about that. Who gets the rights? I just care, you know, that I'm the only one that fucking saw it. You know, it's like holy shit. Then you can't say nothing because you can't find it.
Mm-hmm.
But
All right.
that's one thing I was trying to, you know, when you were talking about that, I wanted you to uh, lead the convoy. You know, well, I put your name out, you know, to some people, you know, and you're. It doesn't matter if you want to or not, you know, because you know it's all about doing no harm, you know, and everybody has their own. You can tell when somebody's respectful, you know, and then they're in, you know. That's all it takes, and goodwill, you know, towards your neighbor. Do no harm, you know. The problem with do no harm is, you know, when it's like you got one punishment for everything, you know, like murder. You know, murder's doing harm, the same as, you know, punching somebody in the face. You know, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna rule on that? You know, it's like I'm kind of confused. Do no harm, but it's common law. It's common law is what there is what
Mm-hmm.
it's Canada mostly right now because they're having such a hard problem with their constitution up there. And, but I've always drove with no license. For many years. I wrote up my own papers and had them certified at the courthouse. I drove with no license, but I don't know, man.
Well,
I'm
be
pretty much
careful.
driving with no license right now. I'm pretty
Yeah,
much driving with no license right now.
I figured that, man. But be careful. You don't want nothing to
I'd
happen to you.
I'd like to I'd like to expunge all the civil driving infractions against all Americans, you know, and give all these guys a chance to drive and go to work and support themselves and prosper. You know, it's not a privilege; it's a right. You know, it's a God-given right. You know, so that's what I'm trying to figure out if that's who I am and how America's going to move forward in that degree. And I think it would help truck drivers a lot, especially the poor ones, to be able to get into a single axle box truck and go do whatever the fuck they want. Period. You know, common law. But like I
Okay.
said, I just wanted to respect your invite. I'm not really doing very many lives lately.
Okay. All right. Well, I
Much
appreciate you for
respect, bro.
appreciate you. Appreciate you for tuning back in, man. I appreciate you. Is that how you end it? You just move the okay. All right, Danny Wayne. Until we meet
Okay,
again,
brother.
be safe out there, man.
Better days are ahead for sure.
Yes, they are, man. Just keep God first, man. What does that cup say? Get shit done. Is that what that coffee mug says? Get shit
Yeah,
done. Yes,
hand me
sir.
downs.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good hand me down. That's what's up, Danny Wayne.
Well, like
All
I
right.
said, you know, I thank God. I thank God for Kendall Luden, United States Senator over here in South
Okay.
Carolina, and we'll be hoping he's going to continue his good works that he does for our country too. Amen.
Okay. All right. What's the last concert you've been to, Danny Wayne?
Concert?
Yeah, well, what's the last concert you went to?
Man, I heard they got a good one coming around here.
No, what's
Well,
the
shit,
last
you
one you've
talking
been
about
to? When's the last one you've been to?
1978? About 1978, I believe, was the last time I went to a concert.
Who was it?
Milwaukee. I was in Milwaukee,
What was the group? Who was the
17
group?
years old.
Who was the group?
What's that?
Who was the group? What was the group?
What'd you say?
Who was the group?
Oh shit,
What
I don't
concert?
know.
You
I
don't know who
don't
you went to
know.
see?
That was my long lost love over there.
You from Milwaukee?
17 years old. No, I'm from Texas, bro.
Okay. You're from Texas. All right. All right. All right,
Well,
Danny
your
Wayne.
volume is so low. Your volume is very low, so I'm gonna.
My
Oh, that's my
my
volume.
that's your volume.
Uh, yeah, it's on my side.
uh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right, Danny Wayne.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the J6 Vigil at Freedom Corner down there in Washington D.C. every night. J6 Vigil in Washington D.C. on the J6 on the at the Gulag, the federal penitentiary every night,
He at the gulag.
praying for the guys, praying for the guys that broke the doors down on the White House. That J6 Vigil.
He at the gulag.
Yeah,
Okay.
forashley.com.
All right.
Yeah. Shout out to them guys out there every night, praising the Lord, and praying for those guys, dancing and
Pray.
playing good music that people are creating. There's creators out there creating music all around that event, and they got some damn good music that they play, new stuff that they've made, some good rap songs, and you know, the locals down there they get quite involved in what's going on. Everybody's behind this, but we're dealing with we're dealing with some people that are really deep set, into the money, man. So I hope everything goes well, man. I really do.
It will. It will. You sound like you a
We
man of
got
faith. You sound like you a man of faith. So you know.
yeah. But the problem with faith is the man is fallible, 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 fallible. And so is Trump. He's only a man. So America is the only one. American people are the only ones, man. I mean, when you go out your door and you see somebody there falling, you should stop and do a little favor and give them a hand up. But you do no harm, when seeing that harm and catching that stream and fueling the jet. And if you can't do something about it, you can send somebody else in there if somebody finds out. I'm not saying be a snitch or anything like that, but if something's going down, you're gonna have to fucking do something. Because
All right, Danny.
I don't know. You know, uh, like I said, Trump's only just a man. I think if I was to have a request for Trump, I would send him to the front lines of every war and ask them guys to lay their fucking arms down. You know, we're building toy soldiers. All our kids just little puppets out there dancing around with a gun or doing whatever these people tell them to do. And if Trump would go out there on the front of every enemy line, I believe the warriors would lay their fucking arms down. Period. Be it. You know, it's just a crazy idea. I was hoping that he could stop the killing as soon as the election was done, but then you got to wait 2 months to be, before he can actually get in there. And so, yeah, it's a lot of money floating around. And, 2 months is a long time to put your head on the block,
Yeah, it
because
is.
they've already they've already tried to take him a few times. Which I never really was fully voting for Trump.
What?
I was never fully voting for Trump, even though I was flying his flags all 4 years. Trump, take America back flag 2024.
Who you
But
flying for?
I can't vote.
Who you really
I
was
can't
voting for
vote.
then? Oh, you can't
Who I
vote.
was voting for?
You can't
I
vote.
can't vote. I'm a felon. Oh yeah, I
Uh,
got like 30 felonies, man. And
for
like
what?
30 of
For what?
they all happened when I was 17 years old. So they
Wait,
threw
wait,
me
wait,
in the county jail,
wait,
they
wait,
waited
wait,
for
wait.
me to turn to an adult, and then they put me in the big slammer, sent me to prison,
Wait, wait, wait,
just
wait,
like
wait.
that. Boom.
30 felonies for what?
Uh, I was a burglar,
Uh,
daylight burglar.
You rob banks?
and I had at least 5 houses worth of guns in the car when they got me. 5 different houses,
Dang, Danny
and
Wayne, you a
all
gangster?
kind of drugs.
Danny Wayne,
I had about
see?
15 different. I
Dang,
had
Danny
like
Wayne.
15 people, 15 other people's credit cards, all in my name. I was spending
Damn,
people's money.
Danny Wayne, old gangster.
Sometimes, I used to make the IDs and shit, as a fucking,
What?
yeah, I was a regular, I
So
was a regular outlaw.
you you was an
I had
outlaw.
like 3 guns, 3 guns on my person all the time.
And what
Stolen
state was this?
cars,
Where were you
stolen.
operating at? Where were you operating, Danny?
I was in Texas, man. But like I said, when I got arrested, I had never been arrested for anything. I'm blaming that shit on Biden. Hard for you to believe that, but I really am.
Wait.
I always have.
You blaming your 30
Biden, Joe
felonies
Biden.
on Biden?
Yeah, because the drug. It was a drug. I was addicted to drugs.
What kind of
That's what
drugs,
it
Danny
was.
Wayne? What kind of drug? What
I
kind of
was,
drug?
well, it wasn't.
Now we talking. Now, Danny Wayne, I didn't ask you this. You brought this stuff. I just been sitting here listening to you. I just listen to people. I just listen, Danny Wayne. Oh, Danny Wayne done froze up. God damn it. Damn. Come on, Danny Wayne. It was just cooking now. Come on, don't freeze up on me now. Damn, man. Come on, Danny. Don't freeze up. Let's get it together, Danny. Danny, you still there? Oh, damn, we lost him. They cut the stream. They watching Danny, man. Danny, they watching him. Danny got the feds is definitely watching Danny Wayne. If you don't think the feds watching Danny Wayne, you crazy. They watching him. They cut Danny Wayne clean off. Make sure I lock all my doors tonight. I ain't finna come on Big Mark. I'm gonna set some booby traps tonight. Well, I go to bed. Shit. Straight up. Danny got up out of here. They cut that string quick. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me give Danny Wayne a minute to come back. I don't think he's coming back. But in the meantime, who was that was asking a bunch of questions? Menorca? Menorca, you gotta come on the call-in show. Was it Menorca? Who else? Who else was it? I seen Great Polo. Great Polo. Who was Great Polo talking to? Swag? Okay. Was it Swag? Yeah, Swag. Yeah, Swag. So yeah, y'all gotta come on the call-in show. I might do one later on today. So I gotta make up for the people who didn't get a chance to talk Saturday night. Oh, Menorca says she's gonna call when she get more comfortable. Hey man, listen. Listen. Business is business. You can't. The time is of the essence when it comes to business. Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. Scared money don't make no money. You can't be scared. Time is of the essence. So it is what it is. Once you in, you in. Whatever, you gotta get comfortable before you get in. Once you in, you gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So Menorca, we gotta hold you accountable. When you in business, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Comfortability is equal to complacency. And complacency in business not good. It's not good, Menorca. So you have to get you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. All right? All right. So boom. I think there's Danny Wayne. Danny Wayne, you good? Danny Wayne, you all right? You got any closing thoughts before we get out of here? You got any closing thoughts, Danny Wayne? Send a hat down. Send a gnat down? What is a gnat? What is he talking about? What the hell is a gnat? Send a gnat down? What are you talking about? Send a bat down. A bat? What is that? What is a bat, Danny Wayne? What is a bat, Danny Wayne? I don't know what that is. Send a bat signal? Is that what that is? A battery? What, you want me to send a battery down? The hell? You need a battery for your phone? Okay, well, I don't got a battery for you, Danny Wayne, so just charge your phone up. I think you'll be fine. Just put it on the charger and you'll be fine. But okay, I think we got the point. So basically, I think people should do more educating themselves. In closing, I think people should educate themselves more. I think the less education you have, I think the more possibility of you running a business and ultimately ending up in failure. I think there's plenty of case studies out here that we've seen that I've been putting on display that if you come into something ignorant, you starting a business off on the wrong foot. So with that being said, I think I'm going to retire. I'll probably come back later on for a call-in show to make up for the people who were sitting in the back room the other day who didn't get a chance to call in. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.